Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. So today I wanted to go over the November polish pickup. So the theme was mood rings and emotions. Um, I'll tell you right off the bat, not a whole lot really caught my eye from this month's PPU. But as usual, I'm just going to go through each listing, share my thoughts, share some dupes that I might think of. Um, and I will be skipping some brands that I do not support, just so you are aware. And lastly, I always want to give credit where credit is due. So again, this content was inspired by Polish Yogi or Stephanie. She has a YouTube channel. She's active on Instagram. She makes really great content. She's like an OG. I'm sure that if you're here watching me, you probably know who she is. So yeah, so that's who this content was inspired by. She usually just goes through the nail polish, but I'm gonna just go through everything because I tend to consume everything anyway. And so I'll try to be more organized, but as you know, I don't know, I just kind of fly by, I fly off the handle. That sounds bad. I do not fly off the handle. Like, I guess I'm more just spontaneous and less planned. And so that's kind of how I operate in general. Just off the bat, going into this 1422 designs, um, I think this color is really pretty. It is very unique. I don't think I have anything like this in my collection. But whenever I see a magenta, the first color that I always think of is Aura Bloom. I think it's called Fuchsia Fantasy, one of my favorite polishes that I discovered this year. I was gifted that in PR, I should say that as well. But this reminds me of that. That one does not have these flakies in it. Um, yeah, orange, red, metallic flakies. But I do think that this has become like kind of, I don't know, I feel like I've seen it a few times recently. I think, who is it? Monarch. I think it was Monarch, Monarch Lacquers that just recently dropped a collection um, that kind of has something that might be similar to this. I don't remember what the exact name was. Maybe it was called Regret Nothing. I'll try to put up a swatch photo. And then also on the flip side, there's a newer indie brand called Raven Eye Lacquer, who I also do swatch for. And I did receive, well, I received a sample of this polish in like PR to do swatching, but I also ended up buying a full size on my own. What is that one called? Let me remind myself real quick. I'm on my phone searching. Give me one second because I just want to look it up. But that one also kind of like somewhat, that one's more red leaning, I would say, and has much larger flakes in it. Um, so yeah, just keep that in mind, I guess. But that's immediately what I thought of, kind of looking at this polish. So again, that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm not as interested, I guess, in this particular polish. Just because I have things that I feel like are similar or scratch that itch. I do also want to just point out this photo. I thought this was such a beautiful swatch. I love how it looks matte. It kind of brings out this like, oh, the purple shimmer. So kind of bring or makes that more obvious in the swatch. Um, so so yeah, so that those are just my thoughts. So the one from Raven Eye Locker is called Hearsay Flames, and it is definitely more red. It does not have that purple shimmer in it. But again, it just scratches that same itch for me, so I'll be passing on this. Um, I'm not going to go over this because I do it every time, and my thoughts still remain the same on that. Like nothing that I have against the brand. I just like I'm intrigued by the product, but I just never purchased it because I feel like I can make it by myself at home. So Amaya Cosmetics, again, not a brand that I'm very familiar with, but I think this is pretty. It is a thermal, which is one of the reasons. Is it a thermal? It might be solar. Yeah, it's a thermal, a tri-thermal. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm not interested in this particular polish. I think it's pretty. Like I love the contrast of the flakes. Yeah, the blue-green flakes against this magenta. But yeah, just not for me at this time. Alchemy Lacquers, I love the name on this. Emotional Support Shiny. I really love the name. It like is funny to me. It tickles like the part of my brain that likes this kind of like this kind of humor, I guess. with that being said, the polish, it's pretty. The polish is very pretty. But again, I feel like we've seen this many, many times before. I can't think of like an exact dupe right off the top of my head, but I'm sure that Davine Lacquer, for example, came out with something like this. Probably Kathleen and Co. Probably Ethereal. So yeah, so I just don't think this polish is very, very unique. It's beautiful, but not unique. And so the only thing it has going for it for me is the name. Like I would like if I was in the mood to be buying polish, I would buy that just for the name. All right, all mixed up. This is another brand where I will open up their catalog and like peruse, and there'll be like one or two polishes that I really love, and also Natalie from Natalie's Neat Nails, who I always mention in every single one of my videos. She gets PR from this brand, and whenever she swatches a polish, I just like want to buy it. Like she makes me want to buy polishes from this brand, but whenever I go and peruse the catalog, I usually only see like one or two polishes that I really like. I think this one's really fun, but I also just know that I would not reach for it. Like it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful, but I just also know that I don't really gravitate towards like glitters too much just because I hate taking them off. Like I feel like it just like scratches up your nail and I don't know, like that I just dread that process and so I tend to avoid glitters. But I don't know. Like I think this is pretty. This photo specifically is really selling it to me. Um, yeah, I I think it's pretty. I love how multicolored it is. But again, just that glitter component is really what deters me. But I also do really want to check out this brand. I just constantly see polishes that I want to buy, but then I don't know. Whenever I look at the catalog, I don't know. I talk myself out of it pretty quickly. Baroness X. This is a magnetic, I believe. Yeah, or silver metallic pull. I mean, yeah, it's a magnetic. Okay, yeah. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't get this. I don't usually like wearing golds too often either, or like this kind of like burnished gold. Usually when I wear gold, it's like kind of a more brighter gold. I think this is really pretty. Um, but yeah, just not in the market for magnetics right now, or golds. I did kind of want to check out this base coat. Um, yeah, but I don't know. Like again, I don't know if I would just purchase just because of this base coat. I think it's intriguing. Um, BCB lacquers. This is pretty, but again, a magnetic, and I am just not here for magnetics really anymore. I did see some cool gadgets. Like Jen and Barry's just came out with this cool gadget that does all these cool like magnetic effects. It's sold out right now when I'm filming this, but I think I will check that out. And I think like if I can figure out how to get that to work, then maybe that will change my take on magnetics because it looks like a really cool tool. Um, but the other thing too is just that like not every magnetic is reactive and tools only really work on reactive magnetics. Like to get these sharp lines, you really need a polish that has like reactive magnetic pigments. Otherwise, to me at least, it's just very frustrating. So yeah, so again, not for me. Bo Revs, another maker that I like. Well, I don't know the maker so much, but this brand I really, really enjoy. But this is a thermal. So again, that's just what deters me from purchasing this. I do really love this base pink color. I'm a sucker for this kind of pink flaky. It just reminds me of like I know opals are usually white, but it reminds me of like a pink opal. I don't know if that's a real thing, but like kind of the texture of an opal. And so yeah, I just really love that. Um, but yeah, not in the market for thermals. Bees Knees, this is a magnetic, not in the market for magnetics. I want to know more about this base, a dark turquoise base. That's interesting because it kind of reads as like red in some of these pictures. Like I would have, or like even black. Like I didn't see turquoise. Um, but I guess the maybe the magnetic pigments are what make it like this. I don't know. But yeah. Again, not in the market because I'm magnetic. This is really pretty. I think like I really love this kind of like deep kind of foresty green color. Um, I love the flakies, the little bar glitters. Like I think it's really pretty. Um, I'm not super familiar with Bluebird. I do own a few that I got in like Mystery D stashes, and I did purchase the Easter collection from them, I believe. Um, but I honestly have not used them yet. I think this is really pretty. Again, I love wearing the shade of green. Um, but again, I'm gonna put on my wish list for now. Like, if there's gonna be a polish that goes on my wish list, it would definitely be this one. I'm just not in this like mindset of wanting to purchase polish at this moment. So there's that. Danny Viana, Danny Viana. I might be saying that wrong. I think this is so pretty. Like, I always say this, I don't really care so much about the glow in the dark effects, but this blue, oh, it's magnetic. That's interesting. Like, this is such a beautiful swatch photo. Like the magnetic pigments that you see here and kind of how they bunch together. That looks really pretty. Um, these other photos aren't really selling it to me though. Just that first one really, I don't know, I thought that was a really beautiful shot. I love this like kind of shade of like it's like a slate blue almost, with this brighter like magnetic pigment and I think that's really beautiful. But the other photos kind of, I don't know, make it look darker, I guess. But yeah, either way, not in the market for this. I guess that you could wear it like unmagnetized and it'd still be really, really pretty. Cadillac lacquers. This is really pretty. Like, when I first saw like swatch photos of these, I thought this was like a butterfly glitter, and I thought that was so cool, but it's not. It's just a flaky. I really love. I think I've mentioned before. I believe Cadillacquer was kind of my gateway into indie polishes. And I really love like Crellies. I love Crellies that kind of give you this depth of like all the different glitters and all that. Um, so yeah, I really love this. I'm gonna put this on my pretend wish list for now. I know I'm not gonna purchase it just because I also know that like while I think this is beautiful, I probably would not reach for it or wear it at this time. Um, just because I don't know, I'm just in a weird funk when it comes to like purchasing nail polish. I think I just like want to really sit down and enjoy the collection that I've built so far, and I want to get into destashing. Um, and like honestly, I have to buy like another Helmer, which I am not super excited about. Um, so yeah, I think that's kind of what's feeding into this. It could be the weather too. I don't know. But yeah, like I think this is pretty, but will not be purchasing. Cameo colors. I think this is pretty. I feel like we've seen this kind of before. I know there's a polish by Allure that kind of is green and pink like this. Not I don't think it's an exact dupe, but I feel like for me at least it would scratch that same itch. And oh yeah, there's a thermal effect on it. That's the other part of it. You can kind of see like really beautiful swatch photo, and they really captured that thermal effect really beautifully. But again, just not in the market for thermals right now. Um, but yeah, I feel like Lurid Lacquer has something that is a dupe of like, I think it's like this more lime green shade with the pink shimmer. So yeah, for that reason, will not be purchasing. Chameleon Nails. I think this is pretty. It reminds me of Wicked, just because of the green and the pink. Um, I think it's really beautiful. Again, not in the market for any thermals at this time, so that's kind of why I am not as intrigued by this, but it's pretty. It is. Quionata, I feel like they've been kind of like experimenting and doing more like newer things. Because I can't really recall them having thermals. They might have like before I joined the indie nail polish scene, but like in the time that I've been around, which is like only a year, I haven't really seen too many thermals come out of this brand or any. I think they did one for like a previous PPU or HHC, but I haven't seen anything since. I think this is really pretty. I love this bottom left photo. Like the shade of this purple is just really beautiful. Like I just love that shade of purple. I love Cleanata in general as a brand, but I am not in the market for thermals, so I will be passing on that. Colores de Carol, another magnetic. This is really pretty. Like these photos are really beautiful. These watchers did a great job. Not in the market for magnetics, so for that reason, I'm going to be passing on this as well. Cracked. This is pretty. I think that the swatch is really, really beautiful. It's really beautiful on this particular skin tone. Um, I just don't know that I would really reach for this because I like this feels. This is a really beautiful swatch too. I just feel like I don't know. It just feels like more of a safe color, I guess. And I really just like. I don't know. It's just not a color that I feel like I would reach for or wear. Um, so for that reason, will not be purchasing. Oh, this is pretty. I know it's a magnetic, right? But the way this person did these swatches, they did a beautiful job. Like it's kind of selling it to me. Um, wow, yeah, this is really pretty. Huh. I've only purchased from Cupcake Polish one time, and I loved all the polishes that I've tried. But yeah, Cuticle Balm by Bluebird. Okay, yeah, I have one of their cuticle balms. I like it. Um, yeah, I like it. I would recommend it. Um, um, BCB Lacquer's Evocative. Okay, so I really love BCB Lacquer's nail oils. Like this clicker mechanism is really awesome. And even the cap, it like screws on so you don't have to worry about it popping off in your bag and stuff like that. And I really appreciate that. They always come up with the coolest scents. So they did one, it had to be like a few months ago, but they did one, and when I smelled it, it reminded me of like a cologne that I really, really love. It was kind of like it smelled kind of like evergreen, but also like fruity. I don't know. I really like it. So I'm always intrigued by what they come up with. And like just the combination, all these things, like I want to buy this. Like this would go on my wish list if I didn't already have like a million cuticle oils. But yeah, I really highly recommend their nail oils because I just love how it dispenses. I love like the screw top. I love the scents. So far, the ones that I've tried, I've really enjoyed the scents. So Polish for Days, another one, another cuticle oil that I really enjoy. I probably mentioned this in a previous video, but like the thing I like is that with Polish for Days, like this dispenser is not like an on-the-go dispenser. This is a you're sitting and enjoying and doing having a moment of self-care dispenser. Because you have to like literally pull it out and like apply it, kind of like how you would apply a lip gloss, but it's on your nails. So it requires a little bit more attention and like being present, I guess, for me at least. I don't know what Wassail is. I probably should look that up. I don't know what that scent is. But I'm not going to be purchasing this either. I have like three of these that I purchased when they first launched, and I need to use those before I purchase more. This is another magnetic. I love Cuticula. I know that they've kind of had a rough time recently, but I still really love their brand. I know that the maker just had a baby, I believe. And so I don't know. I just have a lot of like empathy for that. I can't imagine having a kid and trying to run a business at the same time. Um, I know that there's like, like sometimes when you can't always balance things, it's important to like put a pause on things, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I just have empathy for her. I love her product still. Um, and yeah, I think this is pretty. It's a magnetic, and therefore I'm not interested. This is really pretty too, but again, I feel like we've seen this many, many times. I am sure I have something like this in my collection. I remember there was a polish that I wore along, I think it was like by Penelope Luz. Let me look it up real quick. It was called like, oh my gosh, it was like a similar color. It was a PP or HHC polish. And it was like something about like misery. Like the name of it had like the word misery in it. And I just there's nothing miserable about that color. That's like what I'm gonna say, I guess. but this is reminding me of that. I just don't remember if that one had as strong of a pink shimmer in it. Oh, it did actually. Okay. Yeah, it's Phoenix Indie nail polish, and it was called Oh the Misery. And I'll try to insert a photo. But this is reminding me a lot of that. So I like feel like I have a dupe of this already, and for that reason, I am not interested. But I think it's beautiful. Like I love this combination. Yeah, like and also I think this is I don't want to like be mistaken, but I think it's Corvid Nails, and she does beautiful swatches. She does a really great job with her swatches, and she just has really beautiful nails. Um, Danglefoot nail polish. This is pretty. I am just not into these micro flakies. Like I prefer larger, chunkier flakies if I'm going to be wearing them. Oh, and it's also a thermal or solar. Oh yeah, thermal. Interesting. But yeah, I just wish that the flakies were more chunky, and then I'd probably be a little bit more intrigued by this, but it's pretty, just not something that I'm interested in right now. I'm down here, Dreamland. Ooh, I feel like I just haven't had a moment with Dreamland for a while. I don't know why. They make some really beautiful, iconic polishes, as I'm sure most of you know. This is a thermal. I think this is beautiful, in both states. I really love this like more cobalty, like blue, royal blue state. That is really drawing me in. But again, not in the market for thermals right now. Yeah, this state is really speaking to me. Um, so yeah, we'll be passing on that. But yeah, I feel like I haven't really like paid attention to them too much recently. DRK Nails, another thermal. I think this one's really fun and playful. I love the colorful flakes. Um, but again, not in the market for a thermal. So yeah, that's kind of what deters me. But I love the blue with all the colorful flakes in it. I think it's so pretty. Envy Lacquer. I feel like I don't know, maybe like a lot of brands went on break and then they're coming back this month. I feel like I haven't really heard too much about this brand recently. I think this is really beautiful. It feels very regal and royal for some reason. I think it's because of this like gold like like base with these bright like gemstone type colors. Well, it's like a blue or like a purple. Navy hollow glitter is interesting. Yeah, I think this is so pretty. This would go on my wish list for sure. I don't know who I am because like at the beginning of this year, I definitely would have never gravitated towards a texture like this. But yeah, Fancy Gloss Nude Swing. So this reminds me of one of the polishes that came out from Holo Taco. I can't remember the exact name, but I'm pretty sure there was one that was this color combination. And so this is what that's reminding of, so which is really cool because like I don't think it's an exact dupe, but it scratches that itch. And so I think that's really cool. Like I yeah, I mean, I'm happy for anyone who wants to purchase this because like if you missed out on that one, here you go. Something that's really, really similar and scratches that itch. Um, but yeah, I'm not purchasing because I'm not in the market um for thermals. Great Lakes Lacquer. Um, I think this is interesting. It reminds me of, I think it's called Crown of Bones from Bee's Knees Lacquer, but I think the yellow is much more pale on the Bee's Knees. Um, but yeah, this is not a polish I would wear. I feel like, just because I don't know, it's just not a polish I would wear. I have so many hand scrubs I need to get through, so I will not be purchasing this, even though I love that hand scrub. Haunted nail polish, again, I'm just not excited about this. They've been just repeatedly kind of like disappointing me and letting me down. Not that I'm the person that they need to like live up to. Like this person should be making things that they enjoy and that they like. But I feel like out of everything that they've released, there's only been like one polish that I've really liked. And it's like it was a hollow, like multi-chrome hollow with shimmer or something like that, which I've really been into that finish lately. But I feel like I have things like this already, so I'm gonna pass. Hearts and Promises because I'm happy. This is pretty. It reminds me of a polish from Broken Pixel that's like I think it's called Tell the Devil I'm on My Way. I don't know if it's an exact dupe, but it kind of like like that one has this red and but then has like this fiery shimmer in it, which this is that I'm kind of getting that here. Like in this picture, for example, you kind of see a little bit of that shimmer. Um, in this picture, yeah, this picture you see some of that shimmer. So yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I already have a dupe of that. From it's from Broken Pixel. Tell the Devil I'm on my way. Hit the bottle. This is pretty. I am intrigued by, wow, how did they get that effect? That is so cool. Again, a magnetic, so I will be passing on that, but I am very intrigued by that effect. Wow. Yeah, that's so cool that they were able to do that. Um, Usually when people are doing this kind of thing though, they're making decals and then sticking on their finger, which is like fine, but that's just a lot of extra work. Indie by Patty Lopez, another magnetic. I feel like this brand always comes out with magnetics. Like I feel like we very rarely see other types of finishes from them. And so I guess I don't know. I guess that's what I want is to see something else from them that isn't a magnetic. This is pretty, but not for me. Jen and Berries. Wow, this is really beautiful. Again, I've been really into that whole like what is this, a black cherry basis little I just think this is so pretty. Wow. I like, the flakies are always what gets me, but I don't know, so that like it kind of works in this polish, I feel like. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on my wish list. I'm not gonna be purchasing it, but I am gonna put it on my wish list. Kathleen and Co. So I did receive this polish in PR. Um, so I will I'll not be um I will not be sharing or I'll not be purchasing it. I thought this was such a pretty polish. Yeah, I enjoyed wearing it. It magnetized beautifully. Um, yeah, I recommend this. But will not be purchasing and would not have probably purchased because it's a magnetic. Um, but yeah, KB Shimmers, this is really pretty. I don't think I have anything like this in my collection that I can like think of at the top of my head. And so this would go on my pretend wish list. I will not be purchasing only because I know that I probably would not reach for this polish um anytime soon. I think this is gorgeous though. Like I think it's unique. I guess that's what I should say. Oh my gosh, this is a really beautiful swatch photo. I think it's just very like unique to my collection. I don't think I have anything like this. So good job. Good job, Katie Shimmers. Lemming Lacquer. This is really pretty too. Um, yeah, really pretty. I love the contrast of the flakes in this polish. That really gets me. Um, yeah. I'm gonna put this again on my pretend wish list. I'll not be purchasing, as I said. Lumen. Oh my gosh. So I saw swatch photos of this and I thought this was so stunning. Like I'm really a sucker for this like lighter purple color and gentle lavender. Yeah, I think this is so pretty. So yeah, wow. Yeah, I love this. I will not be purchasing, but I really do love this. I think it's so pretty. Maybe I will purchase. If I purchase, it's gonna be this one. This is gonna be the only one I purchase. Linby Design. So Linby, I feel like has I don't know. Again, in my time, like being in the indie nail polish space, I haven't seen them come out with too many thermals, but I feel like, or maybe they have. I think when they came out with that collection that was done with the like the plant theme, I guess that collection might have had thermals in it, but I feel like it's not very common for them, so it's kind of exciting to see them do something different. Um, but again, just I'm not in the market for thermals, even though I'm excited for them about this. So it's a thermal solar. I love when makers do that just because it kind of adds this like I don't know, it's just they're just like cool, right? Like hot to cold, summer or like solar to dark, whatever it is, whatever the opposite of solar is. I just think it's really cool when they can pull that off. All right, next page. This is cool. I know that everyone's been really into this print, but I just have so many purses and stuff that I'm just not I'm not here for it. But I think it's cool that like people enjoy that. MJ Lacquer, not very familiar with this brand. Really do love this polish. I think it's really pretty. Again, it kind of gives me that opal vibe, which I really, really love. And like the touch of pink in it. I don't know. I really love that. Monarch Lacquer. So this one I like kind of saw up in passing and it struck me a little bit. Like I just think this is really unique and pretty, but also now that I'm sitting here thinking of it, it reminds me a little bit of those like Holo Taco one coat chromes. Like there was a pink version of it, but I don't remember what the exact name was. This kind of reminded me a little bit of that. Um, I'll try to put up a swatch photo. So like I feel like I have like something that's similar or like a dupe already in my collection. But I just that like really struck me when I first saw it in passing. Moonshine Manny. Uh, is this like a thermal magnetic? Yeah, thermal magnetic. Interesting. I love when like people when makers like kind of create these polishes that have multiple effects. This polish is like on in this phase is really pretty. I really enjoy this. I love this like fiery whatever shimmer that's in this. I think that's so pretty. But yeah, I'm not in the market for thermals or magnetic, so I will be passing. This is pretty. I'm a sucker for this kind of color, but with that being said, I also know that I probably have a million of these things, this kind of polish in my collection already. I feel like Psych Minerals probably has something like this already in their catalog. Really beautiful, really beautiful polish, but I just feel like I already have a dupe. I have this product. I highly recommend it, especially if you like stamping. I haven't really been into stamping anytime recently, um, but do recommend it if you're into that. Or I mean, they're showing it as like using your nail polish or to remove nail polish, whatever. But recommend it. Nailed it. Nailed it has such a soft spot in my heart. Um, I think this is really pretty. I feel like I've seen this before. It's reminding me of like what's that polish? Cellular Bloom. I think it was Garden Path Lacquer, maybe. I don't remember. But it's reminding me of that. It was another thermal, came out in PPU earlier this year. Kind of reminding me of that. I'll try to insert a swatch photo. I think it's pretty. I have that one, Cellular Bloom. Um, but again, not in the market for any thermal solars or magnetics. Night Owl Lacquer. This is like a multi-chrome, which is really cool. I think this is cool. I'm sure that I have a dupe of this in some form or fashion. I just know I wouldn't necessarily reach for a polish like this. So yeah, Northern Star. I don't know much about this cuticle oil. I see people like oh yeah, there's like when people show their cats playing with these toys, I just think that's so cute. But I do not have a cat at this time. Polished. Um, Polish always does really beautiful things. I am sure that I already have a dupe of this. This picture throws me off because there's like this I it's probably a reflection. But it just like I thought it was a magnetic at first. So I was like deterred by it. But like this picture is really beautiful. I'm sure that I have a dupe of something like this in my collection already. Again, Devine Lacquer, Kathleen and Co, Ethereal. Like I'm sure they came up with something like this in the past. And I'm sure that I purchased it because I feel like I've seen this before. But yeah, we'll be passing on that. Painted Pretty. I think this is really pretty. Again, this is like kind of this that finish that I'm a sucker for. This like light pink, but again, I am sure that I have something similar to this in my collection already, probably from Lumen. Lumen did this like collection earlier this year, and I feel like there's a dupe for this polish in that collection. So I'll be passing on this. I think it's pretty though. Pampered Polish. I think this is really fun and playful. It reminds me of a gobstopper, like jawbreaker things. Or no, not a jawbreaker. That's what I meant. Gobstoppers are like the mini version. But again, I just not would not wear a polish like this because like I just don't like wearing white polishes. I just think it's too much of a contrast on my particular skin tone. So, but I think that's really pretty. I mean, it's just playful and fun, which is what I like. Paradox Polish. Again, I just feel like I haven't heard from this brand in a little while. Um, this is a magnetic. I think it's beautiful, but I am sure that I have something similar. Like I'm sure Cirque has something like this, maybe. But even so, just not in the market for magnetics. Um, Penelope Luz, another magnetic. Um, yeah, again, same as what I've said before, not in the market for any magnetics at this time. This also reminds me a little bit of the magnetics that we saw earlier from Patty Lopez. Let's look. No, yeah, Indie by Oh no, that's definitely different. So not the same at all. Okay. All right. Phoenix. Oh my gosh. So this polish. Okay, so there might be two polishes I buy. This might be another one that I buy. I saw swatch photos of this and I just like was mesmerized. I think this is so pretty. All the different shifts in it, the slight purple color. Like I just think this is so pretty. And like the chunkier glitters, it's not just shimmer, it's like a chunkier like glitter that's in it. So yeah, I might end up buying that one. Pie colors. I think this is beautiful. It does remind me of a polish from Davine Lacquer that I received in PR. Um, let me let me try to remember what the name of that polish was because I remember just thinking that polish was like a chameleon and that it would shift so much in all different kinds of lighting and um I just remember, oh yes, here it is. Davine Lacquer, Where Did I Park My Broom? So if you missed out on that one, I believe that one was only available like in pre-order. So like this might be a good way to get that one if you missed out on that one. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it kind of just like given all the different shifts of it of this polish, I just feel like it has to be somewhat similar. I'll try to insert photos, or like yeah, a photo or like I think I had a photo of like me like shifting in the light. But yeah, I'm gonna put this on my wish list for now. I'm not gonna be purchasing this one, but I feel like that would be a close dupe. Pinnacle Polish. I again do not know too much about this particular brand. Grass green. I think this is pretty. I love wearing greens like this, but I feel like I already have something like this in my collection. This one, Polish for Days. This one just feels so autumn coated. Like these are all the autumn colors in one polish, and I think that's so beautiful and special. I don't even think I have something like this in my collection as it is, but I also know that I would not reach for this. Um, yeah, I would not reach for this. So yeah. Oh, Psych Minerals. This one's always the hardest one for me to not purchase because everything that she creates is just beautiful. This is gonna go on my wish list. I might end up purchasing this one. So there's three on my real list, and I'll have to go back and edit that because there is technically three on my real list, not my pretend list. Red Eye Lacquer. I think this is pretty too. Um, yeah, but I also just know it's not something I would wear. It feels like a shattered glass effect, which I actually really appreciate. Like, I think that's kind of pretty, but I just know I wouldn't wear it. Rogue Lacquer, one of my favorite flakies. I think this is pretty. I also feel like I have a dupe of this already somewhere. So I will not be purchasing this. This is pretty. Someone recently did post a picture where they showed multiple dupes of this polish, and they weren't exact dupes, they were pretty close though. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like I also have a dupe of this in my own collection, where there's like this blue base with this like red, purple, orange shimmer. I think it's pretty. I'm just not gonna be purchasing it because I feel like it just reminds me of something that I already have. Um, Basket Cat. This base color, again, I don't care so much about glow in the dark, but this base is so beautiful. Like, I don't know. I like it's reminding me of that crack that we saw earlier, but that one felt more safe. This one feels less safe, and I think I like it more than that one. I'm not sure why though. But yeah, I think this is really beautiful. It's a color I would definitely wear. Sassy Sauce Polish. This is a magnetic, so I will not be wearing, I'm not be purchasing. not going to go on my pretend wish list either, but it's beautiful. It's pretty. I feel like I purchased this in the past. I just haven't had a chance to use it yet. So yeah, I need to figure that out. Like I'm not gonna purchase this again. Let's just look at this plate again. Yeah, I tend to love plates that have these like patterns on them. Not that I really stamp enough anyway, but when it comes to like words and stuff like that or characters, I'm just less interested in a plate. Like it's just not my style. Oh, this is pretty. I'm a sucker for this cobalt blue kind of color. Yeah, I really love this. This would go on my pretend wish list, but not my real one. I think that's really pretty though. This, Swamp Gloss has been really intriguing me lately. Like this would go on my real wish list. Um, they have another one that they have them in their catalog. I think it's sold out right now, and I believe I purchased it. So I was working on another video, but I just couldn't figure out where I put that particular polish. But this also reminds me of a polish from Twinkle and Hex, which is a newer indie brand. That one is just like a purple with this like red kind of flake in it. I don't remember the name of it. I'll try to insert a swatch. But these like more like kind of iridescent flakies in the background are really doing something to me. I really like that. Yeah, I really like that. Um, Sweet and Sour Lacquer. Again, not too familiar with this brand. I don't know if I said that before. This reminds me of that, like, what is it called? Like the malachite? I don't know, it's like a stone that's like this kind of color. It kind of reads as like blue and teal and turquoise and green. This is really reminding me of that. Yeah, this is really beautiful. Again, it's just those like hollow microflakes that kind of deter me a little bit on this polish. So, yeah. This struck me. I saw this earlier today when I was just like scrolling. This reminds me of Pear Don't Bother Me from Holo Taco, like the color. So that's kind of exciting. Um, I'll try to insert a swatch photo. But that's exactly what I was. That was like what I might where my mind went immediately when I saw this. I love wearing this color in terms of like clothing. I think it's a color that really flatters my skin tone. So yeah. Um, I'm not going to go over these top coats. I just purchased like the inverse of this in one of the past PPs or HHC. It was like pink with black and white flakies, I think, or black and white. But yeah, I'm just a sucker for anything that's like black and pink. I don't know. I just really love that combination. So I really like this, but I will not be purchasing because I just also know that I probably won't wear it. Love this brand. I love this hand cream. I have one of them that I'm trying to use up right now. Watcha. It's two for two for me right now. Like I bought two polishes from them and I love both of them. The last one I bought, I don't remember what it was called. It was like Depth and something. It reminded me of TV Static. Love that polish. I thought it was so pretty. Um, but yeah, this is a magnetic, so I'll not be purchasing that. I have no use for that, so I'm not even gonna look at it. This is pretty. I think this color is really, really pretty. Um, but yeah, just not something I'd probably reach for or wear, but it's really pretty. Like I just feel like this is such like kind of an elegant winter color to wear, in my opinion. Like, yeah, beautiful. Let's see what I put on my wish list. So I'm going to take this one off and everything else is going to come off. Oh, wait, I'm going to keep the lumen on. Everything else is going to come off. So there's four technically that's on my final wish list, which is really good for me because normally it's like 17. Oh, the Cadillac is pretty too, though. But yeah, these four are kind of what I would end up with. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and that it was helpful. I mean, I don't know if it was helpful, but entertaining maybe to listen to me babble about polish. I don't even think this was entertaining though, to be honest, because my mood's been kind of down like lately. I don't know if it's the weather or like being in this transition point in my life. Um, but yeah, I've just been struggling a little bit mentally. And I'm okay. Definitely okay. Definitely better off than many other people can say they are. So very grateful still, but just also struggling a little bit mentally. And I haven't really pinpointed the source of all of that. So I hope you're doing better than I am. And I hope that, you're happy and healthy and well and you find the good moments in all this chaos. I mean, I feel like today, this is November 5th when I'm filming this, we had a lot of great news in terms of politics. And so that's just really exciting. But yeah, I hope all of you are taking care and finding at least one really good thing in every day. But yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Um, and yeah, bye.